Okay, so this week's episode of Kuroshitsuji Book of Circus literally left goosebumps on my skin. Like, I am still shaking. This week's episode was, like, amazing. I am speechless. That is how amazed I am. It was amazing. Okay, so we basically got to see that there is a lot going on in this circus than we thought there was. There's definitely a lot of mystery going around, and there's probably a lot of questions being asked because this week's episode did probably leave a lot of questions in people's minds. Okay, so Ciel basically took matters into his own hands, and he tried to investigate a little more on what was going on in the circus. He basically just snooped around and looked for as much information as he could. However, all this information looking and all this searching gave him a lot of stress, and he ended up having an asthma attack. Now, this thing, when I saw Ciel in such a horrible state, I got really hurt for some reason. It literally gave me like a heartache. I literally did not like seeing him like that. We got to see another side of Ciel that we haven't been able to see. We saw him in a very poorly shaped state. He was really just feeling horrible, and he was shaking and couldn't breathe, and this was horrible. I really didn't like this. This was probably the only thing I didn't like about this episode, seeing Ciel in such a horrible state. I really hated it. But however, that literally did have a lot of development in itself, so I guess that was good. Overall, this week's episode had a lot of development going around. For example, we got to see towards the end of the episode that Joker, Jumbo, Peter, and Snake were having a meeting because they were not pleased that Ciel was snooping around in their tents, which already automatically makes us assume that there really is something going on because they were really displeased, and they just had the most angry, scary looks on their faces. So that right there is literally giving us so many hints for future episodes. So yes, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It had a lot of development in it. The progress that this series is making is very amazing. Overall, I really did enjoy this week's episode. I would definitely recommend checking out this series if you haven't checked it out yet. It is basically a dramatic mystery type of thing. There is sometimes comedy. However, in this week's episode, there was no comedy whatsoever. It was pure mystery straight on. So yes, I recommend the series. I will leave the description. I will leave this episode in the description box below, along with the manga. So I would also recommend reading that. And yeah, so that is about it for that. I will also, little news, I will be moving soon, so if I don't update next week with Love Stage Episode 6 and Kuroshitsuji Book of Circus Episode 6, it is because I am moving and I will probably not have time to make a video, so just letting you guys know ahead of time. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to making many more reviews for this series, and have a very lovely day, a very lovely week, and a very lovely life in general. So yeah, bye guys!